Hello everyone, in this project we are going to make one DC USB power supply using the buck boost converter. So as you could see here we have one USB DC power supply. So this wire that you see, it's connected to the USB port, and here you have the output port, which is here. It's actually able to give you a DC power. And also here you have one variable resistor, which is with changing that you are able to get any voltage that you want between 1.3 volt and 25 volt. So as you know, we actually connect the wire to the USB. USB give us the 5 volts. So, but our module, buck boost module, able to give you a big range. So see, if I actually push this in one side, it is the maximum voltage that I could get from the USB, which is 5 volt. I'm able to use the module and get 25 volt. So as you could see, whenever you change the potentiometer, it gives you any range between that 1 and 25. So now I have 10, I have 7, I have 6, I have 2, and the minimum that you could get is actually 1.4. So again, as you could see, you got the 5 volt from the USB and able to step down that to the 1.4, and also you could actually step up that 5 volt, and the maximum that you could get is 25 volt. So let's check this whenever you have the load. So let's just decrease the voltage and connect our DC USB power supply to the DC motor and see if we could see also the current that passed through our output port. So let's connect negative to negative and positive to positive. So as you can see here, I have a DC motor. So if you could see, we actually in the beginning, whenever you have it, that's 9 volt, it's actually takes some current, but it's not too much. You couldn't see on the ammeter that you have here. If you just hold this a little bit, it's actually take more current, and you are able to check the ammeter and see it works. So right now it gives you 9 volt and also 0.10 amp. So again, if you hold this, so even if you could actually hold more, it's actually pass more current. So you could able to check your ammeter and make sure it works. So let's check the component and see for making this USB DC power supply, what do you need. So the first module that you need, as I mentioned, is the buck boost module, buck boost converter module. So this is very cheap buck boost converter module. You could actually purchase that for around $4. So it has the input, which we connect that input to the USB port. USB port give us the 5 volt. Then you have this part is input and this side is the output. So you got the 5 volt here. With actually changing these variable resistor, you are able to step up and down the voltage. So which is, as you see, we able to get 1.4 to 25 volt from the 5 volt USB that we have. So the second component that you need is this cheap voltmeter and ammeter LED. So it is around $4. So you could actually use that with your power supply to see what's the voltage, output voltage, and what's the output current that you have. So this is also is around the $4. And also you need the USB port. You could use actually USB cable. You could purchase that for $1 from $1. It could be any USB cable charger for the cell phones. You just cut one side and you use the other side as a USB cable, which is it's around $1. You could actually purchase one of them. So that means for totally around almost $9, you are able to make these USB DC power supply and get the 5-volt from the USB port, which is usually is very popular port you could almost find everywhere, and able to make the voltage between 1 to 25 volt. So let's take a look to the circuit and see how you could make these circuit and these USB power supply. So this is the circuit diagram that we have. So you could see these three components that I mentioned. This is our output port that we have. This is buck boost module. This is 10 amp voltmeter ammeter, and this is your USB cable. So you first definitely you need to get the 5-volt from the USB. You cut one side of your cable and connect. One side goes to the USB port and the other side actually connect to the input, which is somehow you get the 5-volt from these USB port. So then in the buck boost you have one potentiometer. So if you want to actually put the whole things inside the box, so the potentiometer or the variable resistor that you have on the board is very short, and you can somehow take that out of the box. You could actually replace that variable resistor with the 10K variable resistor, that's able to somehow install or take that out of your box. So the output, the negative actually pin of the output connect to the negative of your 10 amp voltmeter and ammeter. So this voltmeter ammeter has 5 wire. So 2, which is with black and red, is for measuring the current, and these 3 is for give the power to the board and also measure the voltage. So these 2 pins, which is black and red, connect to the black of the ammeter. Black pins connect to the output of the module. So the red of the output of the module goes to your output pins, which is these are 2 ports that you see in front of the box in the beginning of this video. So this yellow one connected to the output red or positive, and also these black connected to the USB ground, and also these red connected to your inputs that you have. So which is somehow you put the series, these 2, the ammeter should be series with your output port, which you see how much current you take, and this yellow one, which is means the voltage, you connect to the output voltage, which is shows what a output voltage that you have in your power supply's output port. So let's wire up based off these diagram and check the circuit and see if it works or not. So this is actually the circuit. We put the whole circuit inside the one box. So this is actually your voltmeter and ammeter. This is actually the variable resistor that we take out of the module and out of the box. So whenever you adjust these variable resistor, it's actually adjust the output voltage of the buck boost. And also here you see the output of the buck boost module, which is actually connected to these 2 ports that able to use with any loads that we want. So this is your wire. So as you could see, this is the whole wires that you have here, which is this. I have these USB ports. So if I plug in these USB port, you should be able to see the voltage that we have here, which is we are on the 9. So I already connected these two port to the DC motor to able to see the current that we have in the output. So as you could see, currently you are able to take 24 amp from your DC motor. So whenever there is no load on your DC motor, so whenever I hold it, so it's actually pass some current, it's able to see that. So the 12, 13 that you have right now. So as you could see, it works whenever you actually have the load. It's able to measure the current and also the output voltage. Let I just take these two out and change this valuable resistor and see the range that we could get from our USB port. So as you could see, almost 26 volt. So, and also if you change that, you are able to get 1.4 volt. So this is our USB DC power supply. So I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.